Sandite friends, Mr. Sandite Mentor here. This week, looks like we're going to start a new deal where at our school we're kind of stepping away just a little bit from order of operations, and we're going to work with kind of an introduction to algebra, more or less. We're working with variables. Variables are just letters or symbols that represent a value of a number. And a lot of times you might see that written down as, anything can be the variable, like maybe a plus 7. And if you read the instructions real well, and you have to, working with variables, the instructions will tell you that a equals 1. So anytime where you see an a, you just simply put a 1 there, and instead of a plus 7, it'll be 1 plus 7, and that's going to equal 8. So that's a variable, and they're not always a's. They could be any letter. They might be a symbol. Just remember to it represents a number or a value, and just flip that value or that number in place of the variable, being the letter or the symbol. So let me just pick one out of the book and do it real quick. This might be one that you see in the book if you're working out of the book this week. And I'm strictly out of the book instead of the workbook. You'll see the instructions that the variable m is going to be equal to 2, and the variable n is going to be equal to 16. So in any of the problems where we see the letter m, we're going to substitute for the number 2. Anywhere we see the letter n, we'll substitute a 16. The first problem being m plus 10 and then equals, and we can't do that until we slip the 2 in and exchange it for the m. So in other words, that same problem is 2 plus 10. And of course, 2 plus 10 equals 12. And all I did was I took the value of m and I put it in place of the variable there, and then 2 plus 10, and that's where we get 12. So it's really not difficult at all to do. And you may see it in different forms. You may see it working a multiplication problem or a division problem. You'll run into them with exponents. So there's no telling where you'll run into them. Let's see real quick. What if we had c to the second power plus a? And this doesn't mean anything to me right now until I go back in the instructions and I see that the instructions say that a is the value of 4 and c is the value of 9. So I lost my place for just a second. Yep, that c is the value of 9. Okay, so really what I'm dealing with, I'm just going to put the 9 in the place of the c. So I'm dealing with 9 to the second plus a, which a represents 4. Now, in working this problem out, remember how to work exponents. That's not 9 times 2. That's actually 2 9s multiplied together. So 9 times 9 is 81, and then 81 plus 4 is going to give us 85. So really it's that simple. It's not that difficult. I've had a lot of questions and people having problems. Well, what happens if there's two variables next to each other? Let's say A, B, C. Well, it's not any different. A is going to represent a value. Be sure to read the instructions. B is going to represent value. C is going to represent a value. And all you do, whatever that value is, just multiply it times A and times B and times C. So there's actually, if you wanted to think about it, you could think about it like there's parentheses around these. So the value of A is going to be multiplied by the value of B. That's going to be multiplied by the value of C. It's not difficult. Pretty simple to do. One thing that I did find that might throw you off a little bit is, what if you're given the variable A, B to the second? And what I've noticed is some people are multiplying the value of A and B together and then doing it times the second power. But that's not really the case. What you should do is get the square root, or the value of the B squared, and then whatever that comes up to, multiply that times the value of the A. So it looks confusing, looks complicated. Don't make it any more complicated or confusing than it is. It's simple. Go slow. And I don't think you'll have any trouble with working these problems at all. If you have any questions, leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, whatever. But I hope this helps you out, and hope you have a great day, and I'll see you at school.